Somebody made a decision that we got to start this thing over. It's too toxic. We got to start it over. We don't communicate well. We got to start it over. The business not performing well. We got to start it over. If God's not scared of starting over and I'm made in his image, then maybe I shouldn't be afraid of starting over either. Maybe I'm not starting from scratch so I can start over, because I got more tools this time when I start over. I got more wisdom this time when I start over. I'm not that same little person I used to be. I'm bigger. I'm better. I done figured out who my God is. I done figured out how to tap into the sound of heaven. So we are looking for moving boxes because we're moving. Why are they $3? I don't know. But these are the ones I'm gonna get. They're large. They're not heavy duty, but it's just for like kitchen stuff. Girl. So I have 3 large boxes, and then I have some tape, but I need something like for my dishes, like bubble wrap or something. I don't know. I wish they still did newspaper like back in the day. Small heavy duty box is $2.48. That's about the same price as the large box. Protective foam pouches. They do have mattress bags. Hey guys, it is currently 1:11 a.m. Yes, my nugget. Look, she didn't like tore off like part of her hair. And yeah, you need to be asleep, girl. We actually just, we actually just got in the house about 2 hours ago. If you guys hear snoring in the background, that is Winter. She's asleep, but of course Sage isn't. Enough with all that. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed that little intro, or welcome back. My name's Key. So yeah, I recorded this video number 10 of times, like 50 times. I've thought about this video so many times. I've restarted and re-recorded this video in the middle of literally like having mommy moments and like mommy breakdowns, and I was just like, you need to go to bed. And I was just like, you know, like, I'll edit out the woosah footage, and you know, like, you know, I'm gonna just give it to him raw. This is as raw as I could get. But anyways, as you guys can see by the title, I'm moving. This is a really, it's a bittersweet moment for me, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel in my heart like it'll touch one person. Even if it just touched one person, that's fine with me. I've always been that way. But whew, I've had a journey. I have had a journey. And when I look back at it, me like being sustained is nobody but God. A couple weeks ago, I was like scrolling through Instagram, and I seen this little message, you know, like the reels, and they'll take part of a sermon. It was TD Jakes, and he was like, when God tells you to move, you need to move. And I was like, okay, like, you know, it resonated with me, and I didn't end up liking it.
like, if you like it, scroll, you're not gonna see it again. I think that's how the algorithm goes. But then I'm watching it and I just scrolled off of it. I'm like, oh, this is a good one. I don't even think that I reposted it. So I was like, oh, this is so good. So I don't believe in coincidences. So I was scrolling through Instagram probably about a couple days later, a week later, and the same exact message came up, and it was like, when God tells you to move, you need to move.
If you are stubborn with your thoughts, you delay your next season. Timing is everything. You've got to understand, it's timing in baseball. It's not the skill, it is the timing that causes the batter to be effective at swinging the bat. You can have the right swing, but if you swing at the wrong time, you won't have the impact that you should have had. Some of you are trying to do the right swing, but you're swinging at the wrong time. You're in such a hurry that you're swinging before the ball can strike the target, because you are more moved by the crowd than you are by the ball. God is telling us over and over and over that timing is everything. You can't be fruitful out of season. That means you can't fall in love with your thoughts.
So that's that. I can't find it, but that was actually a good word too. But basically, TD Jakes, like, it was just a short reel, and he was like, when God tells you to move, you need to move. And I really wish I could find this sermon, because I really want to watch it. In so many words, he was just like, and if you don't move, he will force you to move. I don't think that means like God is going to punish you or make everything bad happen to you. But let me just give you guys like a short little sprinkle. Last year, around this time last year, I was pregnant with Sage. Yeah, baby Sage. I was pregnant with Sage, and Sage means wisdom. I was pregnant with her, and man, y'all, I got some stories for y'all. But I was pregnant with her, and my mom was moving to Texas, and a little bitty tiny thought in the back of my head, like a really small still voice, it was like, put yourself on the back of her truck. It was a truck, but it was like one of those like pods like that moved for you. So the only thing she had to do was drive her car, and then like the movers would like drive her little pod thing, drop it off at her house when she got there. And I was crying to my mom in this season, and I was like, you know what, I really just want to go with you. And she was like, come on, like, I have more than enough room for you on my truck. And it was like, even if you don't want to stay, come anyway. Like, come on, like, you cannot bring your stuff and you can come back to it. Just come on. So I thought about it, and I tend to get in my head a lot. So the thought of me moving so abruptly and like hearing that small voice, and just, y'all seen that, she just really hit me to play with my necklace, but hearing that small voice to just go, I had to stop, and I had to think about Sage. No, I had to think about so much stuff that was going on in my life, and I had to think about what's gonna happen here. 1 second. I basically had to think about what was going on in my life. I had to think about like what was going on in this area, like me trying to be super mom and, you know, like fix everything, do everything before I could put my things on this truck. like, end of the story is I ended up, don't say this look weird, this is my bra, y'all, but I'm breastfeeding. But I ended up not putting my things on the truck, and I ended up letting Winter go spend this basically like the rest of the summer in Texas. She was only gone for a month. I promise it was like this time last year, literally this same exact month. And then I had Sage July 30th. I literally made up every excuse. Like, till this day, me and my mom literally just laughed about it. She was like, it's crazy you didn't leave last year and you made up an excuse. And like, it was more so of like, the excuse was me having to deliver. Like, I already have my OBs here, like all of my doctors are here, and like I'm about to be moving to a new state. Like, no, like literally like a month before I'm due, like I could be due any day now. And she was literally, she came on time literally the day before. And I made up every excuse to not move and to not listen to God in that moment. Fast forward an entire year later, I'm creating this video telling you guys that I'm moving. Literally same month, the same exact day that my mom left last year, it was my moving day this year. But like literally June 21st. But I ended up like pushing it up 3 weeks. I will be leaving June 3rd. So God ended up like, God told me that the last 2 weeks that I am here, if you guys don't know, I live in Chicago, they are going to be the most critical 2 weeks. Not like critical, like heart transplant, something's gonna happen, like that, but they are going to be the most important last 2 weeks that I am gonna have. And all you keep saying is like, deep sea dive deep into your Bible, like read your Bible. Like the last 2 weeks are just like you need, these last 2 weeks are gonna be crazy. And I've been learning a lot of things along the way. And when TD Jakes was like, when God tells you to move, you need to move, it really touched me, because he was like, if you don't move, there will be some obstacles that are gonna make you move. Like, that don't mean God's gonna punish you. I mean, we all have free will, you know. And then my book this month, a coinkydink, I don't believe in coincidences, but isn't it a coincidence that I'm now reading Exodus? And if you guys don't know, in Exodus, it's when Moses had to lead the Israelites to the land of milk and honey, baby. You know, when they got stuck in the desert for 40 years. Isn't it crazy how when, like, the story is so crazy. Right now I'm on chapter 15, but the story is so crazy how God was like telling Moses, tell Pharaoh I said this, and he might be a little stubborn, but I got you. Don't worry about it, I got you. So every time like Moses went to Pharaoh and was like, God told me to tell you that we gotta dip like a chip, period. We're done being your slaves, we need to go worship him. My father said, DIY, do it yourself. I'm just summing it up, you get it? That's kind of what he was saying. Like the first couple of times that Moses went there, he was extremely scared. And I remember while reading it, of course, I'm not perfect like with the Bible, but God looked at Moses and was like, what you got in your hand? And he was like, a staff, a stick, y'all. This is the same stick that parted the Red Sea. A stick. This entire time he had a stick, and God used that stick that Moses had to, you know, do a couple of plagues, like put your stick down, flies, put your stick down, locusts, like put your stick down, part the Red Sea, all of them gonna drown. And, you know, I'm not gonna You're not gonna get lost in the sea. No, baby. You're gonna be washed up on shore, and then your people can bury you. This entire time, like every time God, like Moses went to God, and it was like God was like, follow me, I got you. Like even like there was a cloud over them, like ahead of them during the day, and then at night there was light, I believe, or maybe vice versa. But God was ahead of them, and God was always in the back of them. He got your front, he got your back. And every time like Moses was afraid of Pharaoh, like Pharaoh was like, please, like your enemies are like really like attacking you in life right now. Like absolutely not. What? Like whatever obstacle, these are obstacles. Pharaoh is an obstacle in your life, and the obstacles are like absolutely not. And you going to God like, it ain't working. It ain't, you know, it ain't doing what it needs to do. And God is literally telling you, what's that in your hand? Like, you're more than equipped for this. So when God told me to move, I had, especially this time, when I tell you, I had and still have every excuse in the book to just be like, he not talking to me. Like,
she not talking to me. Like,
you know what's going on. Like, you know the things that are going on. Like, you ain't talking to me. You know I can't go right now. Like, get somebody else to do it. Like, when I prayed that prayer and I clearly said, Lord, don't put me on the front line this year. I need a little bit of rest. Really not trying to be one of them tough soldiers fighting the strongest battle. Like, let me take a chill pill. That was me. I have every excuse in the book to stay right here. And honestly, in the midst of like thinking of everything, like, I have a control problem. We're gonna talk about that in another video. It's not like super controlling. Like, I have talked about this. It's not like a control problem, like you gotta do what I say, but it's more like trying to be in control of my life, like trying to be the author of my life. And a lot of people be like, you the author of your life, but the book was already written. Just want to let y'all throw that out there. The book was already written. Like, God knew what you were gonna do. Now, you know, we have free will, but I have a control issue. And sometimes I feel like doing it my way is the best way, because, and we're gonna talk about this in another video. So all you Christians, if you, bro, that thing kept going for about 5 minutes. But anyways, I have a control issue, and it's not like what you guys think, but it's more so of I just be in seasons where, and it's okay to feel like this. So like I said before, like those holier than thou Christians come up on here like, that's not my God. Yeah, when you are in the storm, you ain't thinking about how you feel like God got your back, period, point blank. At least not me. Y'all really, like, the holier than thou Christians, and that's another topic for discussion, but y'all really feel it's like you were always perfect, like you never made a mistake. And then when other people are making mistakes and you so saved and holy and sanctified, now you want to comfort us. And then y'all wonder why people run out of the church. But anyways, I'm still saying what I want to say. When I was in the storm, while I'm in the storm, I'm still in the storm. I mean, I don't really necessarily think like this now, but definitely back then it was just like the control issue comes from, and I had God ask me that, like, why do you feel the need for something? And I was just like, because I feel like you never seen me. I feel like when things in my life come crashing down, I just felt like I had to do it. And that's where the control comes in, because it wasn't get done on my time. Like, I would have been snapped the finger and it would have been done, but that's not my place. I feel like by the time my father came to pick me up, I was already broken from a situation. And it's not fair. And I know everybody's like, well, after the storm is a beautiful rainbow, but it's not fair that like now I have to pick up these pieces. It hurt. I have to pick myself back up. Like, I have babies. It hurts. Now I have to be that mom. I have to feel like I have to put my feelings on the back burner, or put my emotions on the back burner to like show up and just be a mom. And it hurts. Like, I am broken, bent, whatever. It hurts. And I feel like, sheesh, if you would have just caught me a little bit before that, like, I would be fine. But it's just like, you really truly give your toughest battles to your strongest soldiers. So I mean, I get it, but while I'm sitting in the storm, absolutely not. I literally, I love being honest with my father. Like, I felt like he didn't have my back, and it hurts. And now I'm broken, and now I have to sit here, and we got to put the pieces back together. So I had a control issue, and that was kind of like with my move as well. But as I was thinking about everything that is going wrong in my life right now, and I was thinking about like me even recording this video, and I won't even say I'm broken, but I'm very bent right now. And a lot of people look at me, I think it's so inspiring, but then I just be like, girl, how? Like, my sister just said this to me. A lot of people look at me and they just think I have it all together. Girl, I'm falling apart. But God gonna put it back together. But I'm in a weird season right now. Like, I am so hurt, but I'm trusting God. So I still have all of these excuses to stay, and I always ask God to give me a sign. I have asked him to give me a sign on this specific place. I'm moving thousands of miles away, by the way, and he ain't do nothing but license plate for days. License plate that I seen on the road, they did not match this state. Some of them was from Florida, most of them was to where I was going, but it wasn't here. Like, every time I asked him for a sign, like, am I really supposed to be leaving? Girl, something in my house will fall apart. I will start, like, I don't like it here. This is not where I'm meant to be. Like, God showed me that, and I still have excuses to stay in a place, stay stagnant, I can't even say I'm not following my dreams, but just stay in this place. And God is telling me to move. So while I was thinking of every excuse, I promise, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I went to go buy boxes. Like, my head was saying, I need to stay here. Like, there's still like things I need to do. Like, there's still unfinished business. But my hands, and it's so crazy how God worked. My hands were moving. But like, my hands were moving to pack boxes. My hands were moving to move boxes. At the same time, my mind was like, no, because this is gonna, like, if you leave, this will never happen. If you leave, this will never happen. Like, none of this will ever happen. But I was grabbing with my body physically, like, packing things away, clearing things out, moving stuff, putting it in the trash, buying boxes, buying tape, buying markers. I was literally doing all that while in my mind I was still in control. Like, I can't move, I cannot leave. And it was like I was like a puppet, and God was like, yes you can. Go get the tape, go get the boxes, go get everything that you need. So when God tell you to move, you really need to move, or he gonna make you move. I don't know how he's gonna make you move, but right now it's more so of I felt like I had no control over my body. Like, I just started doing things, and I knew that was God. And then I asked him for another sign, and this will be a testimony. I ended up coming across a video that I recorded on my phone months ago, and I was literally, it's insane when I show you guys this, but I asked him for a sign always asking for a sign. And in the video, it was nothing but confirmation. Like when God told Moses to get the Israelites out of Egypt to go to the land of milk and honey. I'ma just always say the land of milk and honey. He kept his promise. While they were in the wilderness for 40 years, it's so crazy because they thought that was just it. They thought it was so bomb. They thought that was the land of milk and honey, and it wasn't. But he still fed them. He still made sure they was okay when they were in the wilderness. When you guys read about the wilderness, you just think they wandering. Yeah, they wandering in circles. Like everything, like that's me here in Chicago. Like God gonna always sustain me. He gonna always have my back. I'm gonna be fed, clothed, rent paid, everything. He gonna come through for your girl. But that's not where he want me. Yeah, it's good. When people look at my home, I'm not like trying to brag, but I had my friend, he was like, you have such a pretty home. You would not think like where I live matches to my home. Chicago is bad. I'm just gonna put it out. Everything in Chicago is like really bad. But yeah, fast forwarding. So, but I'll just keep doing the same thing in a circle, and that's not the cycle that God wants me to be in. So I'm happy it didn't, I mean, it took 1 year, but I'm happy I didn't waste 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm officially leaving. Because like I said, like while they were in the desert, God made sure they were straight. But Moses was already equipped to do what God called him to do. Why stop? Why should I just stay here? I am equipped with every single thing. The purpose God has for me, the plans God has for me, he need me to dip like a chip. And I'm equipped with everything. Like, my camera is my baby. Like, I am equipped. Like, Moses had that staff. All he had was that stick. Man, when I keep telling you, like, I asked God, what is my purpose? And I gave you everything. You started this years ago. Like, and that's another story, y'all. That's gonna be crazy. Like, I equipped you with everything. Now it's time for you to move, because this place no longer serves you anymore. This is like the most growth. Otherwise, you're gonna be going in a circle. I'm gonna keep you cool. You're gonna be decent. Like, you know, I'm not gonna give up on you, but you need to move. And his promises still stand. Like, just like in the book of Exodus, at the end of the 40 years, they were still promised the land of milk. He didn't take away his promise. Like, y'all was disobedient, y'all just stubborn, y'all like, you ain't listen to nothing I said in the wilderness. They didn't listen to nothing he said. You supposed to pray, you supposed to be doing the Sabbath. You ain't listen to nothing I said. But he still gave them the promise. After 40 years, they were still promised the land of milk. He didn't take that back. So when I asked God for a sign about all this stuff going on, I looked at that video and it was confirmation. And he was like, I don't care how hard-headed you is. A hard head make a soft ASS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're my child. I'm not gonna promise you something and not deliver. That's not even me. Like, the things that are happening right now, like, I feel like it's like my anxiety and my depression, like dealing with postpartum and like everything around me. It's just, my anxiety is crazy. And I hear God ever so clearly. He'd be like, why would I do that to you? Do you know who I am? Like, I would never hurt you. Like, that's not even my worth. Like, I always feel like sometimes he gives me the same situation over and over, and a lot of people may think this, and it just always feels like pain, and I'm never gonna be happy. He was like, what? No, do you know who I am? I ain't that type of God. Like, no, baby. I just need you. Like, literally, God's not asking me for anything but to focus on him. He's like, I just need you to focus on me. That's it. That's all. Focus on me. And I need you to move. And I know he knows that my mind is still wandering in this place. Like, they was wandering for 40 years. Baby, my mind is wandering everywhere. But I'm about to go to the land of milk and honey. My wandering, I'm still going to be obedient. Like, every time a thought comes up to my mind, I be like, the devil is a lie. Probably cry, depending on the thought. But I keep moving. And I keep packing. And honestly, packing is taking me... It's taking me a little bit longer than most, probably. Y'all could pack easily. I've been packing for like a month. Probably going on a month and a half by the time we leave. But I've been packing for a month. Like, sometimes I want to stop and just stay here. And God has sustained me. Like, I feel like he's so proud of me. Because even in those moments, I still keep going. And yeah, when God tells you to move, you need to move, period. And I know you probably thought that I was gonna have like this wonderful testimony at the end, and you're probably watching this like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see her house. I'm so excited to see her house, how she decorated. Girl, me too. I'm excited to see my house too. We ain't there yet. All God told me to do was move, pack my stuff and move. And we moving. Like, we moving with God. Like, ain't no nothing. We just moving. So this journey, I'm excited to share with y'all because y'all are going on this journey with me. Hello, we moving. Cause he said so. I remember Pastor Mike's, if you say so, we moving. Cause God told us to move. I ain't got a plan. I promise. The only thing God told me not to pack up was my iMac and my 2 cameras. Like, he was like, in my iPad, like, he was like, keep out your camera, keep out all your equipment, everything else, pack it up. And a lot of this stuff, like, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty, I'm almost done packing. He was like, throw it away. I ever so clearly hear him. He like, throw it away. I'm gonna replace it with something better. Like, all those things that you be looking at, like, I pretty much have everything, but he be like, I'm gonna replace it. Don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry about that. I'm like, throw it away. Why are you holding on to things that you had from 5 years ago that you haven't even picked up or looked at? Throw it away. I'll replace it. I'll give you something better. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. So yeah, girl, I hope this video touched somebody. I'm excited for you guys to be on this journey with me. I have not moved into my place yet. The only thing I did was secure the truck and started putting my clothes and stuff. Sage. And started putting my clothes and stuff in boxes. Like, I know you was probably ready for this big old transformation and oh my, to give you hope, but move anyway. Move anyway, because that's what I'm doing. I'm listening to God because I feel like this is such a critical part in my life. I didn't listen the first time, and even I had every excuse then, and I still have every excuse now. I could stay here another year, a couple more months. God gonna keep me straight, or I can just go. And right now, even though I'm scared, I'm terrified, I don't have control anymore, but I ask God to help me to not be in control and to let him control my life. Like, I'm still moving. I'm still leaving. I have no idea what my future holds, but I'm just hoping and praying that every promise that God gave me, it will come to pass. And when it do, and it will. I already said it before, like, things that took people years, it's gonna happen so quick for me. I'm gonna be like, my life changed drastically. Like, and that's gonna be as soon as I get out of here. As soon as I get out of here. Like, I just know. So I have to get I gotta get my Buddha to sleep. Winter is back there snoring. I'm excited for this journey. I promise, God told me to take this camera with me. So as I take this camera with me, y'all are coming with me too. So this is just gonna be a journey for all of us. And I'm excited to see like the woman I am. I'm so much different than I was even last month. It's so crazy, but I'm excited to see like the woman God unfolds during this journey, like even more, and to see where everything goes for me. I'm trusting you, Lord. Come through for your girl, because I really deserve it, and I did not deserve the things that have happened to me in my life. And I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to see how good it get. How good can it get? Like, I'm really ready. So, and I was watching Susu, and I was scared to pray that prayer, but I'm ready. So show me how good it can get, God. I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next moving vlog. Of course, I ain't got nothing but my computer and my camera, so we gonna be on clockwork. Like, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. New upload days: Wednesday, Saturdays, Sundays. 3 days a week. Those are the days you guys will see me. And if God makes it an extra one, that it is what it is. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Say bye.
I am enough as I am. I am fully equipped. Even when the tide and the currents start to shift, I am a